Warriors, rise! In today's video, we're going to talk about something that you need to be prepared for, but not scared. Okay. Remember, when you look this way, there's a whole nother narrative going on this way. My name is Coach JV. I am the top health, mindset, and crypto coach and business coach in the world. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hands. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. So what to expect in this video, we're going to go over a brief update from Jeremy Hogan on the XRP Ripple case. Yesterday was a massive day for cryptocurrency. Number one is the bill that was presented by Senator Loomis. They rocked it. It's very bullish for cryptocurrency, very, very bullish for cryptocurrency. And number two is the SEC with Ripple and Bill Hinman. It was wild, not with Bill Hinman in there, but I'm going to give you a brief overview from Jeremy Hogan. I'm going to attach the video down below. I highly recommend you go check out his channel, like, subscribe. And then we're going to talk about this right here, Warriors. This is the stuff I've been preparing you for. We are in the third phase of an economic cycle. Your whole financial system is going to be completely different. I am trying to wake up as many people as I can through my actions, Warriors. This is the greatest time in human history to free your family. You need to start getting that entrepreneurial, creative state of mind. I'm showing people for free now. I'm giving the blueprint on my social media links in my bio on how exactly I scaled a 7-figure company off of TikTok. And I'm doing another one right now. This is the greatest time. You're either working to build someone's dream, Warriors, or you're actually building dreams for other people or helping other people or employing other people. But either way, you can still become wealthy in this time. So being a worker right now, there's nothing wrong with that. But when the economy collapses, these are these opportunities that you'll never have again in history, where you can buy some speculative assets or you can get into investing at a very low cost in companies that will be here in the future that are going to change the future, and you can change your whole family's timeline. But you have to unwire your brain out of the indoctrination system. It's so important, Warriors. That's why we have our Warrior Academy. Description down below. Join the free Discord first. Get to know, like, and trust us, or you can jump right in the Academy. Access to my portfolio, our exit strategy, 100 cryptocurrency courses, access to our team, 7 calls per week, exercise, nutrition, mindset, money mindset programming. And then next week, we're relaunching the program again, 10 times more value. We're adding business coaching in there. We're adding a passive income stream in there. There is nothing like it in human history. So let's jump in. Okay. So let's jump right into this video. So first of all, I want to make this very, very clear. I am not here to instill fear in you. I'm here to give you information so you can make informed decisions. So I'm tired of people saying, oh, you're instilling fear in people. Well, guess what? This has been happening in human history over and over again. And guess what? 99% of people miss it. 99% of people, because they're blind and they have their heads buried in the sand, do nothing about it. And their family and their family and their family end up in the same cycles. So you're either going to be the change by recognizing the change and becoming the change. So the information I'm going to present to you is not a fear tactic. They're facts, figures, numbers, logic. They've been doing this to us for a very, very long time. It's information so you can make an informed decision, so you don't have to be in this type of paradigm ever again. Okay, so watch till the end. I'm going to show you what this thing is all about. Let's jump into the Ripple SEC case. And my style of videos are going to change a little bit. I'm going to do more talking, more expressing, more sharing my journey, things that you can do tactically or strategically to help you get to where I'm at, financial freedom, because we have our 8 a.m. crypto channel where they cover the news every single day. So I don't want to repeat a lot of things they're doing. They're amazing. So if you check out at 8 a.m. Arizona time, my team that's my crypto team. That's our team. We're here together doing this. So they present the news. They go deeper into it. You can see the inside of them. They're in the academy as well. I want to share information. I want to help through my understanding. This is what I do all day, Warriors. I'm a nerd. This is what I do. I study all day. Anyways, let's dive into this. So we're going to watch. I love Jeremy Hogan. He's one of my favorite on YouTube. He's just so informational. He's charismatic. Just a great dude. So let's watch his video. Okay. And we're going to watch a brief section of his video, because I'm going to attach his video down below, and I'm going to ask that you go watch the rest of the video. Okay. We're going to watch about maybe a minute of it, but this should make you bullish as hell on the cryptocurrency space and Ripple as a whole.
Which led to the coup de grace statement from the judge. If he, meaning Hinman, is seeking legal advice from SEC lawyers, then they are providing advice to the SEC, not to Hinman. And then she twisted the knife a little bit more. Quote, the SEC has distanced itself from the speech, and that is problematic for me. There must be a purpose for SEC lawyers to give legal advice. And if it is his personal opinion, then there's no purpose for the legal advice. So this is the moment of truth in the hearing. In order to win, the SEC needs to take the bull, which the judge, by the horns. And instead, well, the SEC just kind of ran from the bull ring altogether and argues that Hinman gave the speech in his official capacity. Now, that was the moment the SEC really needed to say why the legal advice for Hinman's personal opinion speech was a legal opinion and legal advice, and they just couldn't do it. But I don't think that's really poor lawyering. That's just being on a mission impossible.
Boom. I'll leave it right there. This video is amazing. They're on a mission impossible, warriors. They're not going to win this case, and if they do, there's some serious manipulation in there. Okay, so we know that. So we know that we may win the case. Well, I know that we're going to win the case. But here's the thing. No matter what happens, if you're in the cryptocurrency space, you need to be watching this case. It is going to be so unbelievably critical. So what do we have coming up here in the future? Well, let's dive into this really quickly. Okay, so he posted yesterday, Ripple versus SEC court hearing. You don't need to have a law degree to know how that court hearing went. But it's even worse than it sounded. The SEC took a big step backwards on a key issue video tonight. So that was a part of the video we watched. His video will be attached down below. Go watch the whole video. I mean, when I interviewed, so we got Jeremy Hogan on here, and then I interviewed John Deaton. I became unbelievably bullish on Ripple and XRP in general. Not financial advice, but I want to share with you guys some other things that are really disturbing. Okay, this is something that this one bothered me. This one really, really bothered me because I've been working to share this information with people, and I'm just going to read this. Okay. So these are the things you need to watch out for. Now, what happens in societal thing? They put the people in the Coliseum. The Coliseum will be Johnny Depp, Amber Heard trial, Will Smith smacking Chris Rock, the Kardashians, focusing on Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly, watching all these things, reality shows. They just built a Coliseum on the screens now, right? So they got us all captivated into these television programming. The programming became a computer programming, and then the phone programming, right? So as we're all looking here, what's happening is they create discontention within people in general. So they pick left and right, mask, no mask, vaccine, no vaccine. You believe in the C word or you don't believe in the C word. They get us to all fight against each other, and they get us to get confused. So they have us unhealthy, right? Since the 1900s, we're all stuck on medication. We're not taking care of ourselves. Right? We're in an education system that doesn't teach us how to think. It teaches us how to memorize, so we don't have problem-solving skills. Now we have Google that does all the problem solving for us. We don't even have to use our neuroplasticity or our cognitive brain function to come up with decisions. We just say, hey, I wouldn't want to say the word because it'll come on my phone. Hey, Siri, and she'll come up on my phone and she'll answer the question for us. We use maps now. We don't even look at a map. We don't find our way anywhere. Okay. So what they've done is not to be offensive, but they've dumbed us down to a point where we don't have to think as human beings. And so what that does is it creates discontention. So instead of people creating, they go out and they argue against other human beings. So instead of going out there and using their brain and thinking of how they can make things better in society, they create discontention between us. They get us to argue on Facebook and Instagram. And then they make this huge, huge thing that can be solved right away by letting everybody have their own opinion, right? And then it goes from the civil, then it goes much bigger, and then it goes from, like in America, and it goes to larger countries like Russia versus Ukraine. And it's just a narrative, wars. It's just a narrative. So what's about to happen in the next 12 months is going to be historical. Interest rates are skyrocketing. Food prices are going to go through the roof. I believe gas is going to hit $10. So think about that for just a moment. So all of a sudden you have to pay $10 a gallon for gas. So to fill up my SUV, it's $120, right? To fill up the Corvette, I think it's like $90. So if I fill up both cars in a week, that's $120 or $220, right? So if that doubles, that will be $420. Holy shit, $420 a week. $420 times 4. Do the math, warriors. So let me ask you a question. Can you absorb that type of influx? The wealthy can. The wealthy can. This isn't going to affect the elites and the wealthy, warriors, because the more gas you buy and the more interest rates go up, they become wealthier. Who becomes wealthier when interest rates go up? Banks. So what they did is they printed money into oblivion. They kept interest rates really, really low because they know that the poor buy things that make the rich richer. Okay. And the wealthy use debt. So the poor use debt to make the wealthy richer. Okay. The wealthy use debt to get much wealthier. Okay. So that's by Grant Cardone. But let me explain that. Okay, so when you go out and the working poor, and I'm going to include me in this, right? So we're going to go out there, the working poor, and we get credit cards and we get cars and we get all these things, these material things that don't add any value or not assets. Those are making the wealthy wealthier. They own these companies, right? The car companies, the oil companies, all that stuff. Well, the wealthy use debt to buy assets to make themselves richer. So we've been trained to use debt to make the poor, the wealthy wealthier. And the wealthy have been trained to use debt to make themselves wealthier. Well, since 2008, and we've been in a low interest rate environment for a very long time, but since 2008 specifically, the economic collapse where the elites went and bought back all the homes that they sold back to us, right? The interest rates have stayed very low and they started printing money into oblivion since Bitcoin's inception, right? So money was flowing very quickly, goes to the top of the house, Cantillon effect down to us, the people, right? The people get the scraps, survival, people at the top are thriving. So they're borrowing money at a very low interest rate, buying more assets, buying companies, boom, 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 right? So when I figured this model out, I'm like, holy shit, wow. I could actually invest in a very speculative asset that's going to change the world. But wait, I need to diversify, which I show in the academy. I need to diversify. I can't just be weighted in just cryptocurrency, because if I weighted in cryptocurrency, I'd be in the poor mindset like I was before, why I lost my money for the third time. And I finally figured out is if I was fully weighted in crypto and I was relying on crypto to survive, I'd be screwed right now. Again, I'd be back in the same boat, losing my money for it. But this time I was like, wait a minute, I'm going to diversify. I'm going to not mix my insurance with my retirement. My retirement is my insurance. That's secure. They insure their wealth. Very different. It's called, I call it leveraged life insurance. Leveraged life insurance, right? And I'm like, well, let me get some silver. Not a ton of silver. Let me get silver just in case the US dollar collapses. But then I got really deep into entrepreneurship. If you want to become wealthy, entrepreneurship, you write your own check, okay? Now, here's why this is important. Check this out. So DHS issues National Terrorism Advisory System, NTAS bulletin. Wow, terrorism. When you think terrorism, do you think inside of America or do you think other countries, right? Oh, we're going to get attacked. You remember September 11th? This should scare the shit out of you. Washington today, secretly, and Homeland Security issued a national terrorism, NTAS bulletin regarding the continued heightened threat across the United States. Terrorism advisory for the United States, inside the United States, against the United States. This is the sixth NTS bulletin issued by the Department of Homeland Security since January 2021, and it replaces the current bulletin that was set to expire at 2 p.m. today. A recent act of violence in communities across the country have so tragically demonstrated the nation's remains in a heightened threat environment. And we expect the environment will become more dramatic in the coming months, said the head of security. The Department of Homeland Security remains steadfast in our commitment to provide timely information and resources to American public and our partners across every legal government and law enforcement and the private sector. This includes regular engagement with stakeholders to maintain awareness about the threat environment, training of online resources to help communities stay safe, increase sharing information with law enforcement partners, and millions of dollars in grant funding opportunities. In the coming months, the DHS, Department of Homeland Security, not a threat outside of us against us. This is the last phase in a whole societal change, which is your economics, how money works, healthcare, supply chain management. This is a societal change that's about to happen. In the coming months, DHS expects the threat environment to become more dramatic. They're telling you what's coming, as several high-profile events could be exploited to justify acts of violence against range of possible targets. These targets could include public gatherings, faith-based institutions, schools, racial, ethnic, and religious minorities, government facilities, and personal U.S. critical infrastructure, the media, and perceived ideology opponents. Let me repeat that. This target, they're telling you what's happening. These targets could include public gatherings, faith-based institutions, schools, racial, ethnic, and religious minorities, government facilities, and personal U.S. critical infrastructures, the media, and perceived ideology opponents. Okay, you can read through all this words. This is the government putting this out there. What I'm telling you is they're telling you what's coming. They're literally saying, hey guys, we're letting you guys know that it's coming. We're letting you know that we're going to confuse the living shit out of the people, that people are going to go against each other. But how was this created? Why would another human being go after another human being? Why would you come after me because I'm into XRP and you're into Bitcoin? Why? Why would that matter? Do you know why? Because they've taught us to think outside of ourselves when everything is inside of us. If all of us realized that everything is inside of us, that it doesn't matter what another human being's opinion is. If you don't like someone's opinion, then don't hang out with them. We've been taught at very, very young age through indoctrination that if a child's skin is a different color, that they're weird or different. We've been taught that if someone believes a certain way, they're weird or different. You can't hang out with them because they're Church of Latter-day Saints or they are Catholic or Coach JV is this, weird, loving guy who loves everybody. And that's demonic and weird. It's like, these are things that we indoctrinate into our kids. I never show my kids because someone's different. They should be shunned or pushed upon, or they can have different opinions. My children can have different opinions than me. Okay, so that's the scary news, right? Here's the beautiful thing about it. Here's why I'm not scared. This is the time when there's a societal change to change the paradigm. You have the opportunity to look the opposite. So what should you do? Maybe stay away from public gatherings. They're literally telling you right here, public gatherings, what's happening in schools right now. Think about that. I mean, what do you do? I don't know what the answer is for you. What I know is I'm getting my shit together. I'm not focused on being scared. I'm focused on activities and behaviors that are going to move my family forward. I'm focused on building my Warrior Academy. I'm helping as many people as possible learn how to build passive income. I'm giving them tools and resources to move themselves forward, to move out of that just over broke mindset. Giving yourself something to focus on. But that's why entrepreneurship is so powerful and creating is so powerful, because it gives you something to focus on. You got to get away from all this news and all this stuff happening, Warriors. They want this to happen. They want us confused. Who is they? I don't know. You have to decide. We've all decided there's some nefarious evil force outside of us stopping us. It's not true. It's you stopping you. I could have done the complete opposite 2.5 years ago, or whenever been almost 3 years when they shut our business down because of the C word, right? But I decided to rise above it. I decided to work hard. I decided to post 6-7 times a day. I decided to share my story and be honest and think, look what happened. It created financial freedom. Where you can do the same thing. I have dyslexia. I can't spell. Think about that, Warriors. It's not that complex. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. And give me a thumbs up down below if you like this style of video. I'm going to do a little bit more talking and just more storytelling and helping, like saying, here's what I did. Here's some steps that I did. Trying to decide too, like the business side of it, how to coach the business side of it. Should I do it on our lifestyle channel? But I'll just kind of go flow with it and we'll see how the videos flow. I'm just going to go from the heart and spirit. I just want to help as many people as possible. So if you're not in the Warrior Academy, I highly recommend. In 2 weeks, there's going to be 10 times more value. We're adding business in there, an ability to create your own passive income, so you don't have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars like we did. You get to use our infrastructure to build your own passive income. There's no excuse right now, Warriors. You're the excuse. You're the answer. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Down below will be the Jeremy Hogan video and all the resources you need. Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go.